taking just a brief look at this progress report. This is my own data, four ranked drafts. 64% is pretty good. I had some misplays at the end of a couple of them, so maybe like I split and go 19-9. 17 lands, podcasts, anecdotes from friends. Use all the information possible to make the best picks possible. Often you'll win the draft before you play the games. If you play perfectly, you're going to tick up more win percentage. Obviously, I'm still in platinum. But here it is. We're just going to move on quick. We'll do these at the beginning of each video from now on, now that we have a little data. Alright, so we're seeing aggression rise to the top. It seems like tempo is a big factor. If you're going to play blue, things that tap seem good. Talia is not a bomb, but she is aggressive. She's not two colors, which is nice. I do think white is the best color in this format. And she's fairly attractive and serious about her business. There is really slow removal in this format. Talia makes Grizzly Ritual cost 7, so I would say she is worse than this card in a dedicated exploit deck, and worse than this card on average in draft. But she is a single color. I think this card's probably okay sometimes, but I don't think it's where we want to be. It's also a spell, so it's like a non-bow with our rare, not that that matters that much. Hero's Downfall, before I even get to this other stuff, is probably the best card in the pack. And Black-White is good. Talia doesn't make me want to play no spells. On the contrary, well, maybe not on the full contrary. You'll just play Hero's Downfall for 4 if you have to. Your opponents will be annoyed enough by this to kill her, so it'll free up your removal eventually. And your opponent's killing your 2-drop is good enough. I don't like green in this format that much, but it's probably not as bad as it seems. I think this card's good. I think that's okay. Kind of have to be pretty heavy on blood to really go off with it. This wolf's been good. This is on color. I think I'd rather take this blue one. I love this card. This is like pretty good at bricking some aggression. But if the results are leaning towards aggression being good, then it's better to just be that, right? So my lean currently is to be white-black, but this was just better than the 5-drop 3/3. The 5-drop 3/3 has the upside that if you happen to have an enchantment, it's I guess a fair deal better than this. But it's surprising how infrequently you just have an enchantment on board that isn't immediately destroyed. You usually have to be exactly that pacifism. This is like a flex situation where I'm so much more likely to be white now that I want to take this one. It doesn't make taking the 3/3 the first time a mistake. But now I'm quite a bit more likely to be white, now that I have Griff Rider as well, which I like a lot. And blue-white's not off the table either. You could just curve into only flyers, I guess. Bad rare. Chill to the Grave. This is the tempo that I like in this format. This is a very good exploit card. We don't have fodder for it, but I think we want it. These black cards aren't really much to write home about. This card is good. We could get them out later, though. This card I like. This is where you usually get the enchantment from for this guy. There's nothing really in the pack that's even worth a damn. Somebody beat me with this, and I raged on the inside a little bit when I lost that game. With Hero's Downfall out. Black seems... This is fine. Although another Stitched Assistant. Here's another reasonable enchantment. Let's see if we can get some exploit fodder. Maybe be blue-white for the first time, see how that works out. I've played against blue-white a couple times. If you look at the progress report, it didn't go well for my opponents. I have not lost to it yet. I'm impressed by this card, actually. This is the opposite of an aggressive card. So it's usually where you don't want to be. It's also not sack fodder. But I'll play one of these. I don't like this card that much, but it does give indestructible. Like, this is pretty reasonable, honestly. Usually these effects are okay. Obviously, it's a pretty good constructed card. So now here's the crux of this is... Do I ever want to be defensive in this format? This is a weird card. I'm not sure if it's any good. It nerfs aggression for sure, but then it gets exiled if they actually are too good. The better your opponent's draw is, the worse that is. Sweet art on this land. I've learned to hate this card. This is in our colors. I don't even really remember what it does. Becomes the target of an aura. Create a spirit. I'm going to try this card. I've not seen this on the battlefield yet. This is a removal spell that I probably want, but I'm very curious about this card. Another land. If we get really deep on the enchantments theme, these will be good, but we have to take the pacifism. Especially since we passed one to try this dude. A dude that I can't really go off with yet, but we've got a lot of time to get stuff. I don't like playing a bunch of auras, but I will try and get them this time. And if nothing else, I'll just sack his ass. Alright, so this becomes something. This is a something. Here's Chill of the Grave. I'm going to try the enchantment thing, though. Chill of the Grave is a card I am fond of, despite not having put it in my deck yet. I drafted 2 of them once and cut them. And I think that was correct. I think that that particular deck, the blue-red one, which is draft number 2 for reference, wanted the bounce to bounce the exploit guys or what have you, rather than the tempo. That was actually a slower deck that did good. 4 and 3 is good. It's not insane, but it's good. There's another one of these. This is way better for us, though. I'm getting excited about being able to do enchantment stuff for once. It's kind of interesting. There's another one of these good guys. Of these. This is good with pretty much one guy that we have. Just the trainer. Or the trainee. Alchemist Retrieval's pretty good. This guy I love. We don't have a ton of fodder for him, but we have like all of these guys. Maybe that's just correct to scry and draw. I'd like more interaction. We're gonna take this interaction. Oh fuck. God, I'm pissed. Jesus. Highlight first, dude. Highlight. I'm gonna take the syncopate. It's pretty much always pretty live to be annoying. I don't see this being played. Just rare land. It's nice to get a rare land, I guess. For the collect. We'll never go against the opponent, but if this was a in-pod draft, just take this guy. Blue and white's dying in the back of these packs. My heart hurts that the game auto took that removal spell we can't cast. Just get this. This actually could be good. Bird Horror, Spirit. 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 Spirit, Spirit, Spirit. Alright, I think this might actually be okay. I don't like that card, but we'll try it. Yeah, man. So this could be the tempo card we want. We got the Retrieval anyway, Jesus. God, I want to just take mythics. I don't take mythics in these drafts just because very often, because when you draft enough, you just get them anyway. I know that's not true for everybody. That's not really a brag so much as just a fact. I'm starting to get lower on this crab horror now. I like this card. I actually want this one. I want this one. Try and get the other one on the wheel. I guess we're still on this until we officially get the other 3/3 flyer. I think that 3/3 flyer is going to be great in our deck, but specifically because we now have this. I kind of wish Brian Comer got bigger. I like this guy a lot. I'm not huge on that. I'm not gonna play this tapper, am I? Probably not. I'm not gonna play this either. One less if I call it. We have a lot of spirits. This is like a non-bow with Talia, though. As all spells are, technically. I think we're taking this. This is the best card. This is not terrible. We have 3 exploit guys, though, that matter. That's just barely enough. A little bit more interactions called for. How deep we're gonna go on these auras? Maybe we'll go that deep. Maybe so. This doesn't target our guy, but it does sit around, which is good for this. Hmm. Spiderloom Egg is definitely not insane, but it scries too, and it's a blocker, so our flyers can start doing things. And we do have a few flyers that matter. I can see myself playing this. Maybe instead of this card that I claim to like. God, this activate... I don't know. I think that this is another good way to win. I'm probably not going to cut that. This will be a 17 lands deck. We'll just try and get to this activation. I kind of want to play this too. I'm not going to play that card. I could play it, but I won't. It's dumb that the Brian Comer has to be targeted, to me. Should be just like whenever an aura enters the battlefield. I mean, how many auras are you going to play in this world? We're going to experiment and see how good that is, though. I think this is kind of cool. Tempo. Cut this guy. Syncopate I like. I actually kind of just want to like bounce and tempo them. Tap and tempo. This is kind of decent, but less good now that we don't have two of these. We might want to protect a bomb. We're not really in the... Like, this mostly protects this 5/5 and this 3/3. It's not really that good. Maybe these 3/3s as well. Anything with an aura, I guess, is fine. Biolume Egg. Steelclad Spirit. Still a lot of creatures. 18. Maybe we are off. This is a good win condition, but we do have flying galore. Some stupid enchantments here. I think I'm off Biolume Egg. This card is good too, though. Not insane. We don't have like 8 exploit targets, but we do get to scry too. This does get bigger. I want to try these. I haven't been impressed with this card, but like, if we put it on this, it gets like a lot bigger. It gets a spirit for entering and a spirit for this. So I want to just see how good that is. Man, everything's gonna be kind of decent. I think I'm off the Biolume Egg. I think it's really strong, but we only have double blue cards, so I'm gonna actually flip this. I know we have more white pips, but we want double blue. And this is it. All right, we'll try this weird one. This is a new one for me. I haven't really seen this on the other side either. Like all experimental decks, this could go worse, but even though we're trying to get mythic and all that, it's early enough in the format to show me what you've got with auras. Technically the worst permanent type in the entire game. There have been sets where auras are highly, highly irritating. Like Ixalan. And then there are ones where it gets blown out by removal for free. Over and over again. Which is the typical aura situation. Auras like this are better though, because you might trade and then you get to upgrade your guy for, you know, 4 mana. It's not free, but it's free enough. This is an aggressive start, of course. Opponent missed a land drop. We have a lot of spells, so Talia is kind of not great here. So I'll probably play her instead of Stitched Assistant. I'm kind of looking for a spot to get a little value off this guy. And it might be Nurturing Presence on a guy, sack the spirit. I didn't really have a good run with red-green myself, but I think it's been kind of good. This card's good. I think I'm gonna put this on Talia and open myself up for getting removed. Anybody that calls her Thalia is not a bad person. They're just incorrect. This is the way you spell Talia sometimes. Even though it's Thraben, it's not Thalia. It's not Traben, although it absolutely could be, funnily enough. I do think this is Talia, Guardian of Thraben. English is a weird language, man. This card's pretty good. Am I worried about really anything here? I can do this end step and tap his blockers. I feel like he's not going to block with anything, though. Probably do this pre-combat, actually. No, you know what? I'm on the race so much that if he wants to get in with everybody and then I can tap down his 2 blockers and get in for almost lethal, that sounds better, right? Yeah, I'm not really too worried about his attack. This is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe it is a pre-combat. I don't know. Man, I'm actually torn here. This is one of those cruxes. I feel like he is afraid because he is behind currently, but he's not technically behind. I don't have a lethal counter here. Okay, now it's a pre-combat situation. I'm gonna put this on the flyer that I wanted to exploit. Yep. We'll do this on the flyer. And I think it's the training guy. Why let him get bigger? No, let him get in. That'd be 4, 5, 6. Four. At this point, I'm kind of on... Ooh. I'm kind of on... Now I'm really close to winning. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I gotta be careful. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this again. Talia blocks a lot of his things, so I'd probably throw this away as long as I assume Talia will survive. And then I can always do this or both, depending on what I draw next turn. She's been a blessing and a curse for me. I think I just let him in, right? 1, 2, I can block 2 things. And I can still bounce if I have to. How threatening is 5 damage for 4 mana right now? I mean, I could just do it this crazy way where I just block and flash it in now. Tap these couple guys. It's probably the right move. Tapping this guy transforms him. Doesn't matter, right? Because he just loses the mana for his main phase. Which could be critical. We do want to draw a land next turn, so if he plays another guy, we just have 2 removal spells. Oh, that untaps. Silly. So if a creature enters the battlefield, she gets +1. I've not been impressed with these auras, just for the record. I think I wish I had the flyer still. I can attack with both. I can save this guy with this. I cannot kill him no matter what. I could have forced another block, but this is interesting. Okay. So we won't let him draw a card. Target creature with a +1/+1 counter. This is so many times I've not read cards in this correctly. It's so insane. Kind of makes me sick. Pretty sickened by how many times I have just not read cards thoroughly. With a +1/+1 counter. Wild. This is the proof, though, you know, like, I got a 64% win rate in this format so far. And I just make mistakes every draft. It's like, it actually just takes reps. It just takes reps. You could sit here and read very slowly, for sure. I could just keep reminding myself what everything does, but usually it only takes one mistake on a card, but there's been a lot of mistakes in this set. More than normal, I would say. So here, we get blown out by a braid. That's it. Alright, we are one win off diamond. Anybody knows if you're one notch away from leveling up, then you're going to lose. I have kept this guy in, I decided. It will never get to sacrifice. I may cut him in the next game, but I have decided to keep him in. It's pretty crazy, just how often I don't read cards. I read them. Maybe I read them less when I'm trying to talk. I just start slowing down. Oh, my cat. My cat needs to go outside. She wants to go outside so bad. I guess I'll let her out on the porch. Those Moreaus were sad. Ridge Wolf. I think it's probably worth just like jamming this and getting in. Provided I just draw a creature next turn, which is a pretty low bar. Kind of works out. That sucks. Yeah, not great. Might be worried about Adamant Will here. I don't know what you play this one for, if not to block. Alright. Bluff called. Not sure what I do with this now. I kind of want to put it on the Heron Blessed Geist. Gross. Okay. Don't want to let that guy train. Pump up the volume. I'm gonna get blown out by something here. That's clear. I should just probably play this to make my guy a 3/3. It doesn't matter a significant amount, but... But now we can, like, put this on this 2/3 or whatever. I think this card is pretty good. Even though you want to attack in this format, it's just, it costs 2. You get in a stall. Kills them anyway. Pretty good. We got a lot of live draws to win. Alright. No problem. Am I impressed with this Aura's deck going 2-0 so far? I would say kind of, but not. I'm not convinced yet. Auras are better when the removal isn't good, and in my opinion, the removal is not particularly great in this format except against small guys. So the format has good aggressive creatures, but it makes all the cheap 1 mana removal a lot better. And so that might be correcting as people stop taking 6 mana removal and start playing a lot of 1 mana removal. Mana, God, I know I'm always going to get hammered about that, but if that's the case and small removal starts coming out, then resolving an aura on something is going to end up being pretty good. I think I'll just play this exploit guy and just try and trade. If he doesn't have, like, if he has a bunch of green guys, then okay. I guess I don't care too much about that. Flash. We're gonna finally decide, figure out if this tapper's any good, because I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out. The fact that this doesn't fly itself is a little annoying, because now it can't really get in if I put on something. But I will keep putting on something. Oh, he wants to get aggressive. Cool. Ooh, sick. Sick. Pump spell. That was sick. And he had a follow-up. Sick. That guy's not that good right now, though. Alright, we're gonna start trying to do this thing. We do control grips of spirits. I'm liking the way this game is going so far. I'm less fond of that. I think we'll play this, and then, you know, oh man, I don't know. I think we play this and then just do this next turn. Taps. Wants to gain life, wants to get a blood token. Just a blood token. Okay. I'm certainly okay with that. Discards, transforms. This card's pretty good. Pretty reasonable anyway. We can do 2 things. Do this one first. We've gotten so much value off that. Wow. Sick, bro. That was pretty cool. Good game. Alright, I have removed that 1/1 that does nothing. And I got back on Biolumag. We'll see if that matters going forward. Am I impressed with this deck so far? 3-0. It's done its work, but I'm not convinced. Lifelink against lifelink seems bad for us. This card is really good. I wish I had that. Seems pretty obvious that this was the only play, but... Okay, he's doing the same thing. Allegedly. I'm kind of in for attacking, yes, but also blowing out his enchantment. And possibly enchanting of my own. That was the safest possible attack. Now we have 2 of those. Cannot pay for Syncopate. I'm not gonna let him just do this thing, so I will wait. We are not winning the race, but we will suddenly win the race if we're careful. It's very likely we'll attack with this Stitched Assistant. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah, ah. Becomes the target of an aura. So he gets his guy anyway. That's kind of cute. This feels like a trick. No? Okay. Okay. Sure. I'll try it. I assume this is going to get blown out by something. He has left a lot of mana open every turn. But I get to tap his guys down no matter what, so that's cool. Yep. That's what I wanted to do to him. Yeah, we don't want that guy. We want a plains, actually. Nurturing presence. It's pretty annoying that we don't have another plains. Ooh, that is an absolute crushing defeat. That is a crushing, crushing defeat. Yeah, we want that, sadly. I guess I should have just played this card. We do have an insane amount of spirits. Is it better than Biolumag? May well be. We're learning about this deck, though. His draws have been significantly better than ours. His deck is certainly working better than ours. I don't know how we can possibly win. I like the idea of tapping his guys down. If we don't get blown out, we're doing fine. I mean, we basically just have to risk it. Sure. Felt like this guy knew what he was doing more than I knew what I was doing with this deck. This is pretty absurd. It's going off. If he has a bounce or a counterspell, the game's over. But good on him. He really did it with this dude. There's no getting past this wall of guys he made. Oh. Oh. I guess he drew enough cards. So obviously this. Yeah. And seems to me that it'd be this. I wonder how many auras he's going to play next turn to replenish this board of spirits. It's so funny, I bounced his lifelink guy because I didn't want him to do what I just did to him, but he ended up just playing this and going the fuck off. I can't really be upset about that. It was just, it's cool. It's cool is what it was. I don't have this guy. Wish I did. Tiniest Drake ever. Art depicts him bigger than a building. He was bigger than a building the last turn, though. VOW. This guy having this Skulker is like the crux of why we're going to lose this game. So it's probably good that I get to attempt to trade. He gets something else unblockable, though. I guess he gets this unblockable and draws a card. Better than him getting +2/+2 and drawing a card, though. Oh, shit. Doesn't even matter. I kind of thought we found the open colors in this draft. But maybe we were forcing it, because that guy's deck was pretty sick. We need a land pretty badly. This looks like a win if I get a land. And, like, pretty sketch otherwise. This guy is good fodder for this because he gets outclassed at a certain point. All they need is a 2/3 and then you can sack it. This guy's not good against our deck. We just fly over. Hopefully he does a lot of work with black-blue or something. Exploit. Does he block? That's the question. Oh, egg. We'll get a land later. We'll take action, even though this card isn't sick. It's merely okay. Would have blocked, he can just get the guy back right away. I wonder if he's setting up for a board wipe or something. It's always good to have a Talia. She's not really good in our deck, though, I've discovered. I guess I knew that before I submitted the deck, but she wears auras pretty well, even though they cost more. Dead. Affirmative. I'll sack 2 islands, I guess. Psych. I'm bad, but maybe not that bad. Not bad enough. Seems like Cruel Witness. I think if he plays a 5th land, we definitely Talia because we want to tax the black-white board wipe. If that's what he's doing. We don't actually know. Although, God, Talia would have been sick. Now I'm just playing her to stop him from 4 mana exiling our things. We're just double nurturing presence this next turn. Okay. Maybe we won't. Maybe we will supernatural rescue instead. Just gonna get in with this. He's just dead next turn to this if he only plays 1 guy, which seems pretty likely. His board wipe is taxed. If he actually has that board wipe, if he actually has that, then we played this perfectly. But we can't know. I always think of the worst thing possible that they could have. It's my MO. What is going to definitely cause me to lose the game. And the thing is they have it a good percentage of the time. Some people think I'm just like this genius predictor. I'm just a pessimist. That's all. Merely a pessimist. Dead. I guess there's no real worry about what to put this on. Probably technically better to put it on the 1-1, I guess. I'm just operating on the assumption he had the 6 mana cleave board wipe to make it seem like that Talia was perfect. He definitely had it, guys. He had it. He wasn't just mana screwed. He was sandbagging it. This is the most threatening 1-drop in the format because it alludes to the fact that they might have the bat for value and training for value. The consensus right now, early on, the early consensus is that black-white is the best. If that's the case, we are likely to lose this just on archetype power alone. I think this is a point where this is outclassed. We'd rather scry and draw a card. That's usually not the case, but... no. Got another one anyway. Like, he would kill this to get in, but he wouldn't trade. So if he doesn't have removal, he's happy to spend on Stitched Assistant, then we prevent damage and life gain. I love this card, this Traveling Minister. I really do. I think it's very good. There are formats where it wouldn't be. Usually when you can activate this at instant speed and not as a sorcery, it's much better. But... our opponent is, I guess you could say he's pushing our shit in right now with this combo. It's not even worth attacking because we just don't make enough headway against his life gain. And he can attack for, you know, I mean, it's not free, but it's not unreasonable to trade the 3-3, this 2-3, as a 3-3 for the 3-3 flyer. He trades up on mana value. He already got a card off it. He can keep getting cards off it and completely annihilate us, but... if what he's doing is just drawing cards and setting up for a board wipe, then, you know, fuck me. I guess I need to start getting in. Okay. This. I would trade this 3-3 for this 2-3, given that I have plenty of auras to get the spirits off. We can't just not do anything. I mean... if he has a full grip of cards and gains a life every turn, that'll be pretty bad for us, so... oh. Yeah, we're in a fucked situation now. It's just taking our value away. Still gets to draw a card. This is a loss, unless, something dramatic happens. I can't play Talia and this. But I can play this and this. Which is pretty good, because I could kill his 3/3. And 2 for 1 myself. Nope. +1/+2. Sick. So good. This has been impressive. The fact that it taps on cast means it's not a blowout all the time. Like, you still get the 1 mana worth of effects, you just don't get the 4 mana worth of effects. And honestly, like, the combination of these is like a 3 mana effect. This is overcosted to me by 1. Just gotta block and hope, I guess. I assume he has something. He has 6 cards in hand. That's right. 6. I've never seen a game more over than this for me being at 17. Like, ever. I've never seen a game in which it was absolutely more over than it is right now. I'm running out of things to do. He just has a full grip. More life gain. It's just, yeah, drew a card again. So sick. Alright. I'm gonna play this. Gonna get in. Gonna play this. This didn't seem like a good choice, but I had to target it because I needed more guys. The fact that he has a death touch guy still makes it feel horrendous, but it's more than likely I'm going to have to chump block with something rather than multi-block. I gave him my blowout chance the last turn, and he had it, and he would have it because he's drawn many more cards than me. I mean, this is futile, this game. I'm just trying to think of how many lands he would have to actually draw in order for me to win the game from him flooding. Yep. Yep. Seems to me like putting this on the lifelink guy is probably going to end up mattering more than anything. Or possibly a flyer. I'm not too concerned about this dying. I would chump block it in a second. This effect is meaningless. This card's so good. In black-white, it's like an 8 out of 10, which is rare status. Certainly uncommon status. You can gain such an insane amount of life with this card, also. Even if you don't use the life gain for something like this guy's doing. The biggest threat here is, honestly, the Purifier, but the Distracting Geist is a close second. He's at 20 cards remaining, so he's 4 cards ahead of us. It shows in hand, too, because he has 4 cards in hand and we have 0. I would probably double block this time. More than likely. Had it up to here with this purifier. But what double block does he think I would make? Oh, I don't even get a choice because he's all in. Sure. Yeah, we'll try this. I've had enough of this guy. This forces him to have something too. Although, he may well. He may well indeed. Ooh, that was rough. That was actually the worst one I could have had. Talia is now taxing this in a way I don't like. I think we set it up the slow way. We play this and then this the next turn. We never get lifelink anymore. We never get to block anymore. There's no real need to play this land. This is where I use the spirits to multi-block, I think. If he has another removal, I'm scooping. Sorry if that seems like a bitch move. He gets 4 counters on his lifelink, or 2 counters on his lifelinker to make it 4 power innately with this. I presume that's where it's going, is on the lifelink guy. Distracting Geist, okay. I should have done the math on exactly how much life is gained this game. I don't even care what I draw, right? Like, nothing matters? Yeah, okay. Am I convinced this Aura's deck is good? Nope. I'm not. But I'm pretty convinced that black-white is the front runner for best deck week 1. It is the week 1 best deck. It's the black-blue of this set. Although black-blue was not the best deck at the end of the last set. Certainly blue-white was the best deck at the end. But blue-black, everybody was all over it. I never was like overly impressed with it. It was one of the best decks. I think at the end it was like the 3rd best deck. That's where we're at with black-white. It's just clearly the thing, if you know what you're doing, that you want to be doing. We just played 2 defenders in an aggressive format. Just in case you were wondering. Oh, this is the guy that we passed. We're gonna see how good he is. Flying is better. He doesn't have a thing that fights well yet, so... Alright, well he milled this annoying card. It's not great, but it's annoying. I think it's funny how Dig Up just digs up, but it doesn't dig itself up. Oh, he fucked us. That's interesting. He did fuck us. He fucked us. He fucking fucked us. Alright. I'm gonna sacrifice this 3/3. I would have loved to Alchemist Retrieval that Biolume egg. Nope. Game's like, yep. This allows him to get in, but I'd rather be able to attack at some point. I know this guy attacks at some point, but especially in our deck. But not consistently enough. There might be an Alpha Strike where he can't attack, which would suck. Yeah, Crushing Canopy is regrettably quite playable. Main deck. And by regrettably, I mean, that's cool, but... mana efficiency is kind of interesting here. Let's play all the things. No exploit. So this guy's made a treasure, a really gruesome treasure. He's made of blood. And he can make an insect sometimes. It's cool. Savage. That's 3 removal spells. He just milled a 4th, so we got lucky there. Wait, did he mill a 4th? I didn't even see. Did he discard this Bleed Dry? I bet you he has like that flying demon that makes copies of demons. Whoa. This gets a fucking Mind Flare. A Mind Flare. A Mind Flare. Three Bleed Dries. A Crushing Canopy, which was just straight up removal against our deck. A fight. This guy's been impressive, but not as impressive as him drafting removal. We blew out a removal. We're still behind, I would say. That's a good draw. As long as this 3/3 lives, and this 3/3 lives for like a second. Can't I flash? I don't have a spirit! I don't have a fucking spirit! I don't have a spirit! I don't have a spirit! I don't have a spirit! This guy's deck is tailor-made to beat our deck. And we didn't have a spirit. That's so brutal. Oh, we didn't have a spirit. It's so savage. Oh my god. Oh. Oh boy. That was just... Oh. More than a minor annoyance is what that was. Thank God that he milled Catapult Fodder, even though he can totally get it back and win the game. He can do 13 damage with Catapult Fodder. So he sacks this. Yes. This is horrendous, is what this is. Oh. Mind Flare. 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 Mind Flare.